Okay, let's talk about it. Because it looks like a whole bunch of popular right-wing influencers and content creators were allegedly duped into taking eye-popping paychecks to make videos that echo Russian propaganda and other right-wing talking points. That's according to a brand new indictment from the Department of Justice, which alleges that employees of state-owned Russia Today, with the help of the founders of the company I'm going to tell you about, concealed the company's links to Russia from the individual creators, including Tim Pool, Lauren Southern, Benny Johnson, and Dave Rubin. And if you actually read the indictment, they were hilariously bad at hiding it. More on that in a sec. Now, the indictment doesn't actually name anyone, but it left one big clue. They said the US company at the center of all of this describes itself as, quote, a network of heterodox commentators that focus on Western political and cultural issues. That's the exact same language as this website, TENET, which leads you to the founders, Lauren Chen and her husband, Liam Donovan, who the indictment describes as allegedly texting each other about getting money from the Russians. Fun fact about Lauren, 2 former and 1 current Conservative Party leader all follow her on social media, so here's hoping they haven't been mainlining Russian propaganda. Anyways, apparently TENET got $9.7 million from the Russian-backed RT, and of that, $8.7 million went to the production companies of 3 commentators. One of them, who was either Dave Rubin or Benny Johnson, was getting $400,000 per month for 4 weekly videos. So I don't know about you guys, but I might have some questions if someone was offering me that much money to make videos for them. But when these commentators allegedly asked about who they would be working for, a man named Edward Gregorian, who the DOJ says doesn't actually exist, one of them was sent a hilarious fake resume for the guy. And out of all of this, what he was most concerned about was apparently the resume's reference to social justice. Not the fact that, as the indictment details, if you Google the guy's name and the bank he apparently worked for, nothing comes up. Or the fact that he once joined a meeting at the correct scheduled time if he was based in Moscow, not Paris, like he said. Anyways, these guys are saying they're victims in all of this, and the Russians had no say in what they actually produced. Though the indictment does detail an instance where the Russians, admittedly behind a fake identity, asked one of the other creators to say an attack in Russia was actually because of Ukraine and the US, and they were happy to cover it. But speaking personally, if Russians thought my content worked as propaganda, even without their editorial input, so much so that they offered me hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'd probably ask myself some questions about my content. What do you think of all this?